Go Malibu, coconut rum, Ciroc, cocoa. Take one, KO.
Sweet.
Cocaine got me wave. I just give that bitch a look, ain't got to tell her how behave when she take this to the motherfucking head, to the nose, to the face, to the getting played right here. Ain't no hoes getting saved right here. Nigga talking about
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you, bad boy? Yo, listen, a lot of these females nowadays, man, they love bad boys. You know what I mean? If you ask a lot of them, what's wrong with a square? She'll say a square is boring. By the way, a square is somebody that got a 9 to 5. You know, you're clean shaved, clean cut, and you go about your business. And you don't get involved in no street stuff because you're not one of them street ninjas. You're not a hood ninja. Well, Gunplay. We all know Gunplay, and we all know Gunplay is a perfect product of his environment. Gunplay is a hood ninja to the fullest. Now, I don't know if as he is getting older, he might have changed, and Shorty saw some change in him, but this is where she ends up. Why was Gunplay arrested in Miami recently? Florida rapper Gunplay has been arrested and charged with battery and child abuse. I know Gunplay might have his own money, but if he needs extra money, I bet Rick Ross, the bigger boss, will probably put that money up for him since they are pretty close. But let's get into the situation. This is what we've been hearing, right? And this is what's been printed in the press. Rapper Richard Morales, because that's his real name, better known to us as Gunplay, he has been arrested on multiple charges. Now, before I get into all that, you got to remember this, right? Gunplay is already a felon. He already got felony on his record to his name. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I will walk this back. But I'm pretty sure. So the former Maybach music group artist has been accused of pointing a rifle at his wife and their 6-month-old baby. You know, when these charges are written up on paperwork, it make it sound so bad, you know. Pointing a rifle at his wife and their 6-month-old baby. It's as if the baby was standing on its own next to the wife somewhere, and he pointed the rifle at the wife, and then he pointed the rifle at the baby. It could have been one of those cases where she was standing there holding the baby while they got into some heated argument. Nonetheless, if he did point the rifle in her direction, I mean, damn, buddy, you could have accidentally pulled the trigger, and then we would have had a whole different story. We don't know what this brother is going through. So this allegedly happened after she asked him to quiet down. You're making too much noise. Please quiet down. While he was playing Call of Duty. Yo, I find this part crazy because, listen, I've always said this, and I'm not knocking anybody out there. This is just my perception. As a grown man, I don't play video games. I leave that for my children to do. I don't even play it with them. The only video game you'll catch me playing is Mrs. Pac-Man or Pac-Man. And that's from old school back in the day till now. And I might play some Tetris. Something that works my brain and my dexterity, hand-eye coordination, all that stuff. All these other video games, just walking around shooting at stuff, I'm not into all that. Anyhow, to each his own. But I always felt there was something wrong about a grown-ass man that sits in the house playing video games. Anyhow, this incident allegedly came to light after Gunplay's wife, and yeah, a lot of people are saying she ain't his wife, she his girlfriend. Well, I heard they got married, but we'll get into that some other time. Gunplay's wife posted a detailed statement on her Instagram account on Sunday. Now, Gunplay is facing several charges, including domestic violence, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, child abuse, and false imprisonment. This is what the arrest record says on WXL or XXL. This man is facing aggravated battery with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, child abuse, and false imprisonment charges. He has, however, denied all the allegations, and he is currently in jail with his bail set at $20,000. $20,000 ain't no money for Gunplay, man. Even if he ain't got that money, he has connections to get that money. So he'll be out in a minute. The confrontation between him and his wife allegedly took place after she asked him, could you please be quiet while he was playing his Xbox, so that he did not wake their infant daughter. Come on, man. You're going to wake the baby up. Could you please be quiet? And it turned, I don't know, maybe he was high. Maybe he was high and drunk. Maybe he had snorted a couple of lines of the coca and he really believed that he was inside of the video game. He was in there shooting shit up. I don't know. I don't know how stuff goes from could you please be quiet to a gun being pointed at you while you're holding an infant in your arms. Gunplay's wife talked about the incident, which led to his current arrest. In an Instagram post on her profile, because yes, this is the kind of times we're living in. Everybody runs to social media with their relationship problems because it ain't back in the day. This is new times. So she began by saying, I want everyone to know my daughter and I are safe. My daughter's safety is my first priority. Beginning to explain her side of the story, she said, unfortunately, Richard is back using, and he developed a very bad drinking problem. I've tried everything in my powers to help him and love him. This is a demon he has to overcome on his own. At this point, I really believe that it's too late. Now, listen, nobody knows you better than your woman inside of your house, because you go outside, you put a facade on for the world, right? But shorty is who you lay down and pillow talk with. That's who you bust your nuts with and roll over tired and go to sleep with. That's who you confide in and say, baby, we gonna build this and let's try to build that. That's who you give your all to. That's inside of your house, right? Okay, if she is telling the public that he is back to using again, for those of you who don't know his history, she is talking about using cocaine, like snorting. And she said he has developed a bad drinking habit along with it. So I was tripping. I was just making a joke when I first started covering the story where I said, I don't know how playing Call of Duty, a video game, could result in a gun being pointed at your wife while she's holding your infant child simply because she asked you to be quiet. I said he must have been geeked up, done snorted a couple lines, and really thought he was inside of the video game shooting shit up. And then I read this, and I never read it before. This is my first time reading it, and it goes right along the lines of what I was guessing. I was guessing he was high on some ish, and apparently this is what she's saying. Not no apparently, this is what she said. She said it in writing. I'm going to read it back again. I want everyone to know that my daughter and I are safe. My daughter's safety is my first priority. Beginning to explain her side of the story, she said, unfortunately, Richard is back using and developed a very bad drinking problem. I've tried everything in my power to help him and love him. This is a demon that he has to overcome on his own. At this point, I really believe it's too late. For her to say she really believes it's too late, that means she's seen some ish. You understand? She knows how bad it is. We on the outside looking in. We don't even know. Damn. She then narrated the incident in detail, broke it down for everybody to understand. Quote unquote, to summarize last night's event, I asked Richard to quiet down as he scared the baby sleeping by yelling, playing Call of Duty. He started going off on me for asking him to be quiet. All she trying to do is be a good mommy to your child and love your child, which is her child also, and she just asking you to be quiet, man, so she could put the baby to sleep because you keep yelling and waking the baby up. You're high on that shit again. She continued. First of all, before I even get into what she said, why are you in a house with guns in it with a dude who is high on coca and has a drinking problem? Obviously, he has a drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and emotional issues, right? And you in the house with him? Come on, man. These are the kind of stories that end up making front page news, and you are the victim in those front page news articles, if you know what I mean. I'm suggesting the shorty to get the hell up out of there and let that man go clean himself up. If he really values you and your child, go get yourself some real help. You have the connections to do it. And then after you clean yourself up, come back for us. Other than that, I'm out. Because this could end badly. Okay, back to what she said. She said, I tried to collect a bag so my daughter and I can go to a room while he sobers up. Damn. I tried to collect a bag so my daughter and I can go to a room while he sobers up. He didn't want us to level. The things went left fast. He didn't want us to level. I guess she meant he didn't want us to leave. She decided she wants to go to a hotel. You know what? I'm going to just make a little bag, go get a hotel room somewhere, and give you space and time so you could sober up. Because right now you just off. And he didn't want us to leave, and things went left really fast. He was arrested last night, and the weapon is actually in police custody. They even got the gun. And after pointing the gun at her, he gets $20,000 bail. Oh, wow. Damn. They being really light. Maybe he does not have a prior. She concluded the message by saying, I have a restraining order against him now. My daughter is in my custody, and I am filing for divorce. Ooh wee. All that. Now listen, this woman didn't get up overnight to go file for no divorce. That man probably paranoid as hell when she packed that bag and tried to leave with their daughter. He's probably thinking, nah, you leaving so you could go to a hotel room so you could go call your other man while you leave me over here all effed up, all messed up and high and not and beside myself. I've seen people high on dope, man, and they just be losing they self, and then they fall into this, oh, woe is me, the world is against me, I hate me, everybody else hates me too kind of mindset. If people get into that mindset, they will end up hurting you in the process of hurting themselves. She says she has a restraining order against him now. The gun is in the police custody, and she is filing for divorce. You know damn well she didn't just decide last night that she was filing for divorce. She's been thinking about this for a while. That's the reason why she said she thinks it's too late. He's developed a dirty, nasty drinking habit, and he is back using again. She said he will never get the chance to disrespect us again. Thank you for all the wishes and the prayers. This is very traumatizing experience, and please keep me in your prayers. Several people expressed their solidarity with her. You know how social media is. A woman gets on there, she says, hey, this guy's abusing me, I'm thinking about leaving. She won't be short of comments saying, get the hell up out of there, girl. You want me to come pick you up? You want me to help you? There'll be new dudes on here saying I could treat you better, even though they won't. They'll treat her worse in the long run. But there'll be a lot of females on there that's going to side with her and give her some kind of support. So one of these comments said, you deserve better, girl. You deserve better. You and your daughter deserve better. You deserve peace and you deserve safety. Leave and never go back. You're a smart lady. I'm sure you know this, though. Another person said, well, now that the baby is out of danger, I'm saying I'm glad you and the baby are okay. I'm sending prayers your way. One person expressed that they had no hope whatsoever of Gunplay ever mending his ways. He is just that hood ninja. He been that from day one, all the time we've ever known him. So I'm surprised that he went and got married and all this other stuff and changed overnight. People don't just change like that overnight. The person wrote this: "You're young and you're beautiful, and I don't know how you got wrapped up with that old man. He had a problem before you." From what I've been told, Gunplay is much older than his wife is, right? I'm guessing she is in her young 20s and he is in his 40s somewhere. So now he is seen as the old man with the young wife. They added, "She's going to have a problem after you because he is going to have a problem after you because he truly has not dealt with the things that are causing him to have these types of addictions. He definitely needs rehab." And another person wrote this: "I am so sorry you experienced this, and I'm proud of you for drawing the boundaries quickly for you and your daughter's safety and your health. It's very important that we model for our daughters that harm is intolerable. You're doing a good job, mommy." Well, let me tell you something, right? One of the biggest things that you can do for your daughter and your son, your child, is stick with their parent. Make them have a two-parent household. And I know it takes two to do this, but your children will learn growing up. See, the first thing we do, right, is we run away when there's problems in the home. And everybody cheers the other person for leaving. You cheer them on for breaking up this relationship, for disturbing the children's their foundation, their home. Now the children are going to be split up. They're going to have to go see daddy on the weekends while they live across town with mommy during the week. They're going to have to go to a different school district. They're going to have to go make new friends. They're going to have to be moving, bouncing back and forth, not sure where we going this weekend, depending on what he got going on and what she got going on. All that instability starts to hurt these children, right? And you think you're doing good. What's good, and this requires two though, what's good is children growing and seeing their parents go through shit and then seeing their parents work it out and overcome it. This is what gives people hope as they grow. It'll give these children hope. It'll let these children know that I don't need to jump from relationship to relationship to relationship because no relationship is perfect. However, run from abuse, yes, if your partner decides not to change. But if your partner is trying to change, you stick it out with your partner and you help them through the changes, right? I've heard a lot of adults today say, "Yo, my mama and my daddy, man, when they get ready, they be cussing at each other, boy. And like every other week when I go over there, they having some big ass argument. But they've been together 29 years. And I don't remember my parents not being together. So I was raised in a household with my mama and my daddy. And both of them played their role. I have a beautiful mom that was a soft side. And I had that big old strong protector provider guy as well. They not letting go of each other. They've been working through their stuff over all these years. It takes a lot of work to be together for 29 years. The problem is a lot of people think that the fantasy life is real. I'm going to go meet this prince somewhere. He's going to sweep me off my feet, especially while I have another man's child. And he's going to be the perfect man to me and the perfect stepdaddy to my child. And it's not always so, right? More than not, it's so. So, end of the day, she's young. I don't want her to be in a situation where she is having a gun pointed at her because, especially from somebody that is high and drunk, that could have gone way crazy and we would have been reading a whole different story, right? So get out of his way. Give him an ultimatum and stick to it. We're not coming back until you get some help. Once you get checked into a rehab center, once you start going through the programs, we'll see how this goes. And then you start your weekly visits. And then you start to see how it goes from there. And then you decide down the road if he's sticking to it and you're like, yeah, he's been clean 6 months now. He's been clean a year now. And you see progress. Then you can start to say, okay, let's get back together and make this work. Or you string it along for as long as you can and make him prove that he is taking you and that baby that seriously. And if he can't, then you leave altogether for good. That's just my little 2 cents. Now, Gunplay, most of y'all know him as, which is Richard Morales, his real name. He's also known as Gunplay. He's 44 years old. He's based in Miami, Florida. He began his hip-hop career in Florida with rapper Rick Ross' group called Triple C's, Carol City Clip. He was also featured in MTV reality show Loving Hip Hop Miami, and his album Living Legend and his mixtape Bogota Rich received critical acclaim and cemented his position in the industry. Gunplay is famous in Florida especially, okay? And in Miami especially. So she might see him as a celebrity. You got to understand, but she has her own things. Her name is Vonshea Taylor Morales. She is his fiance turned wife, and she is a graduate of the University of Miami, and she is reportedly much younger than Gunplay is. She's a graduate of the University of Miami. She could go take that degree and put it to work and let that man sort himself out. Leave your comments in the comment section below. It's sad to see him going out like this though. And man, if Gunplay, if you ever hear this, I hope you get some help, brother. I hope you get some help, because when you get a woman that loves you, that really, really loves you, there's nothing more powerful than somebody who's willing to move on your program. And she is out here trying to be the best mama she can be to your child. But you should know this already, because you a grown-ass man. Get you some help before things get really ugly. You've been struggling with this for years. It's time to really, really get help. I'm out. Peace.